welcome to Sunday Comic Investment Chat. Yes, it is a few days away from Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. For those that are going to join me shortly, welcome to the Comic Investment Chat Sunday. Got my coffee. Beautiful, sunny, bright, crisp. It's about probably 55 degrees right now in Sarasota. I got my little sweatshirts on, or whatever they call it, this little jacket, because it is about 67 degrees in the house. The heat is on. I keep it at 67, 68. As always, I'm recording this chat right now so that it will be uh, turned into a podcast later for those that prefer to listen to it later in podcast format on Podbean. Okay, so let's get going with today's Sunday chat. Uh, by the way, yesterday um, I finally took the family to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. For those that saw my review, I did see that movie by myself um, last week because I couldn't wait. But I like it enough that when my wife and son had the time to see that movie yesterday, that I took them and see it again. That's a rarity. I can tell you, for those that know me, I don't see it. I don't go see a movie in a movie theater twice that often. Very rare. Okay, so for me, um, that's a rarity, and it's not because it's a big cost. For those that did not know, in Sarasota, there is a fancy theater. Hello, all about comics. There's a fancy theater with fancy reclining seats, leather seats, and it costs $6 a ticket any given time of the day or week. Okay, so I don't have to go to matinee. I don't have to. It's $6. It's not expensive. So if I wanted to see a movie multiple times in the theater to experience the big sound and image, I could. It's not expensive. I feel for people in other places that had to pay 12, $15 to see a movie. Ridiculous. But yeah, so it's rare for me to see um, a movie in a theater twice. And I saw Spider Man Into the Spider Verse for the second time in 2 weeks. Good morning, Scott Farr. And I like it a lot. The wife and son enjoyed it. Anthony really liked it. And for those that saw my review, um, I mentioned that the negative point about the movie was Peter Parker. Well, guess what? The second time around, I actually find him funny. So yes, I'm changing my view on Peter Parker. um, but I enjoyed the movie a lot. My wife agreed with me that the movie had a lot of heart. Okay, it's well done. It is surprisingly well done for animation cartoon. By well done, I mean well done in the you know adult side of movies. Good as Gold is here as well as Cougar Comics. Good morning. Okay, so back to investment talk. Woo! Yes, I'm sure everyone is aware right now that the financial market, the stock market, is going down hard. Okay, um, it went down hard, and it's painful. Anybody that have 401k investment portfolio, anyone that have any skin in the stock market, for the most part, probably is in some pain right now. Okay, it's no escaping a market that went down 20%. Yes, we are at that point. Um, it is ugly. Um, but I can talk about my approach to trading and investment that would translate into the comic market. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this series of Sunday chat. It is not about telling you what books to buy, even though some people want to hear that, but there are enough channels that give you that daily. Daily. So you don't need me to add to the voice. Um, but I have been around the stock market since 1985. Okay. When I was a senior in high school, I bought my first stock position, McDonald's. And in 1987, we had a stock market crash in 1987. And then we have another stock market crash in 2000. And then we have another stock market crash in 2008. So this is the fourth cycle for me. Been there, felt that, understand what it's like to go through the pain, the anxiety. Um, so it's not new. It does it feel any better than the previous three times? No. Okay, I would be lying to say that, oh, seeing my portfolio dropping 10% is not a big deal. It's a big deal. It should be a big deal for everyone. We are all made of the same material that nobody like to lose money. Nobody, okay? Even the gamblers out there that are used to losing money will tell you losing money is not fun. That being said, if you have been through the cycles enough time, you learn to weather through the storm. Okay, that's is one of the main goal that I would like to achieve with this series of video is help people navigate through the tough time. That's all, because if you understand how to navigate through the tough time, you then can, you know, put your mind at ease on, okay, how do I proceed with my investment portfolio, whether it's stock or comic books, because it's unnerving, uneasy to see things this bad. And it's not over. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, the stock market is down 20%. It's time to ring the bell and say that it's all clear. It's time to go back in the stock market. It's time to put more money to work. I have 46% in cash at the moment. The stock market is down 20%, roughly. Does that mean that it's time for me to put that 46% in cash back into the market? No. Does that mean that I am calling for the market to drop another 5, 10%? Most likely, yes. If I felt that this is the bottom, and it's impossible, okay? It is absolutely impossible to call the bottom in any market. If you get lucky calling it once, then you get lucky. But there's many people that make calls in the market on a daily, monthly, yearly basis, and they are wrong constantly. And that goes the same with the comic market. A lot of people like to make calls on things that they're wrong on, but hey, how many people go online or go on TV and admit that they've been wrong? How about nobody? So that's the world that we live in. Now, given where the stock market is, okay, that has been dropping 20%, what is what how would I approach the stock market at this point? I have 46% in cash. What does that mean? That means that going forward, at some point in the near future, could be next week, could be in 2 weeks, if the stock market keep going down, or even if the market flatline or going up from this point on, I will start to put portion of my cash to work. Okay. I don't know where the bottom is, but how I approach investing and trading is take small position as well as establish long-term position. As a rule, I don't buy everything all at once. Okay. For example, not that I want to buy Apple stock right now, but let's say I want to buy 200 shares of Apple right now, or I want to add 200 shares of Apple to my long term investment portfolio. Would I go out there and try to buy 200 share on Monday or Wednesday when the market opened after Christmas? No. As a rule, I try to buy 25% of my position at a time. So I pepper my purchase over time in four different time. It's just a discipline that I do so that I don't buy everything all at once. And then let's say if I go in there and buy all 200 shares of Apple on Monday, and then the stock went down again on Wednesday, then I will feel foolish and stupid. Okay. I rather just buy 25% of the position on Monday and see what happened Wednesday, and then be patient. The key word here is again, patient. This if you talk to any traders out there, they will tell you establish the entire position in one trade is nothing short of arrogant and stupid. Don't do it. Establish your position in small percentage. For me, it's 25%. If I want to buy 200 shares of Apple, I will buy 50, 50, 50, 50. Depend on how I feel about the market any given point. Okay, it's all about the feel. The market trading, the market investing is it's many things. It's technical, it's fundamental, it's gut feeling, it's many things. Okay, it's there's not one thing that say this is when I will buy. I don't behave like a robot when it comes down to the stock market. I don't have like, oh, if this stock go down to this level, I'm buying. When a stock drop, there's many reasons. Okay. Hello, Bonix. So it's all come down to many factors on why something went down and why I'm going to buy it. So it's different for every companies. It's different for every stock. So you know, it's a lot of work. Okay. I like it. I wouldn't be sitting here talking about the stock market or trading if I didn't enjoy the homework that I needed. Okay. The keyword homework. That go the same with the comic market. There are those that enjoy this hobby for the pure love and joy of comic books. There are plenty. Okay. That's all well and good. Good for them. But many people collect beyond just the love of the comic book. It's about investment, it's about money, it's about profit down the road. Okay. There are lots of people. I can't quantify if there are more people that care about the hobby, about the money, about the profit than people that just love comic books. I can't quantify that. I don't know. Okay. And I don't know if anybody would know. How do you quantify that? if you just if you just look at the sheer statistic on YouTube where many of the popular channels, much more popular than me, focus on hot books, books to buy now, book to invest now, book to speculate. If you look at things on YouTube, you would guesstimate that the hobby is predominantly about people wanting to make profit off comic books, right? So it's not a knock on any side. It's not a knock on people that just want to collect for the joy of that. It's not a knock on people that just want to be in this hobby for the sake of profit. Okay, it's not a knock. That's just reality that we are dealing with. You can either live in the reality or live in some kind of fantasy world, some kind of uh, romantic fantasy about what the hobby is. Okay, the hobby is a lot of things, and whatever you think about the hobby is just it's just you. Scott Fawcett, it's true that when an article come out in Money Magazine or Wall Street Journal about investment opportunity, it is too late by the time it hits. Yes, one of the worst thing, one of the most cringe-worthy thing that I saw for decades is the Money Magazine, the Fortune Magazine, top 10, top 10 mutual funds. Who, who the hell? The education of the average investor is lacking. Okay, it's lacking. If you pay attention to what Forbes magazine or Fortune magazine top 10 list every year, top 10 performance fund every year, how many of those funds return the next year? Very few, if ever, right? So go and buy a magazine like Fortune or Forbes magazine and look at that top 10 fund for the year, top 10 return, and then go buy those mutual funds. That's a sure way to underperform the market. Okay? Please don't do that. Please don't. One of the reason, there's many reasons that I left the investment management, asset management business for years, since 2000. One of the main reasons is that I'm so tired of the false message, the lack of educations that the professional investment communities do for the people. It's just, you know, I understand. It's a topic that a lot of people don't care to learn, don't want to learn, but trying to dumb down to the common level, whatever that common level is not the way to teach people on how to invest their money. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I cringe at all of those Forbes articles and magazine. It's just it's outright outright nonsense and lies, misinformation. So um, when it comes down to you know this hobby, no doubt a large part of this hobby is in this hobby for the money, the profit. And what would I do now? Okay, that's the segue that I want to go into as far as how I approach the hobby, how I approach com stock trading, stock investing into the hobby. Is there going to be a softening, a downturn in comic books? My guess is yes. We already seen it. I already saw quite a few videos on YouTube talking about that. So whenever there are that many videos talking about, oh, there's there's a softness. I see softness in this key books in this auction. Yes, there is. There is no mistaken that the big keys or many keys are going down. How much depend on the books, right? Not everything go down the same amount. Okay, that's it. Just like the stock market, just because the stock market went down 20%, does that mean that Apple went down 20%? No. Guess what? Apple went down 35%. Good Age Go asked me, don't like the magazine, what are a good resource? um, for those that are not familiar with me, and most are not, I don't expect people to know who I am or what I did or what I do for a living. Um, I ran my own business, my own accounting, forensic accounting business since 1996. Okay, so it's been 22 years that I started that business. But prior to that business, I spent um, a few years working for investment firm, mutual fund firms in various roles. Okay, as investment analyst, as portfolio manager, as portfolio strategist, tactician, whatever titles, doesn't matter. But I had a lot of education in finance. Um, but that's where my work experience came from. And, for me, the resource is here. Okay. I rarely pay attention to what people tell me what to buy. Um, I have a strong love for economics when I was in grad school. I love economics. So my strong point when I was working um, for many investment firm is not about stock picking. Okay, I can admit to people that I'm not good at telling you buy this stock. I'm not good at that. I'm better in looking at the economy and say this is what's going to happen 3 months, 6 months, 9 months down the road. I'm a better macro guy than micro guy. Um, that's why when it comes down to stock picking, I'm not a big fan of that. I tend to prefer to trade the index like the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, or the Dow. Um, I like to trade the big pictures, uh, the broader investment vehicle than individual stocks. It's not to say that I don't invest in individual stocks, but I tend to do much better in index ETF. And if I going to plan to put 46% of my cash to work in the next few weeks or months, it's more likely to build a position in many ETF index like the S&P 500, the small cap index, the IWM, or the NASDAQ, the QQQ. Okay, so I trade more of those vehicles than Apple, Netflix, Facebook. I do have a small position here and there in Facebook, but very small. Okay, on the grand scheme of things, it's very small. I have a small position in Amazon. I don't have anything in Apple. I sold all of that. I sold everything Netflix. I sold everything Twitter. And like I said, when it comes down to it, I prefer to trade a broader vehicle because I'm a better direction guy than individual company. Um, but at the end of the day, my source of research is my own experience. Um, it's not about listening to other people. Uh, I listen to a lot of people to hear what they think, and often I go against what they say. Okay, I don't watch CNBC or Fox Business News to get ideas from the experts that shows up on those channels. I watch those channels, listen to what the experts on those channels says, and do the opposite. Yes, I said it, opposites. So I do pay attention to those and do the opposites. Is it a good strategy to look for IPO companies? The answer, flat out, Scott, is no. Unless you're rich and have access to IPO before they go into the stock market, buying IPO, especially the first few months, is very risky. Very risky. I'm not a fan of chasing IPO. I'm not a fan of recommending IPO for anybody. In fact, I hate recommending stock to people. Um, I talk about this many times on my channel. One of the things that I hated the most when I was in the market, in the business, is talking to clients on a daily basis. Hey, if you're in the business of managing money and you hate talking to clients on a daily basis, then it's not your cup of tea. You should get out of the business. That's why I got out. I was not bad at my job. I beat the market handily for many years when I was in the business, but I have no desire to talk to clients. Um, I have very little desire to do that. And when it comes down to the comic market, that it's going down, as I brought up, same thing with the stock market. It's not a wise decision for anyone to jump all in. Let's say 2 months from now, 2 weeks from now, the big keys, the AF-15, the FF1, the X-Men 1 are 10% lower. Okay. Many of those big books that you wanted is 10% lower. Is that the time to jump in and buy them all? No. Just like how I approach with the stock market, approach it in small pieces. Even if you have extra cash laying around to buy all the keys, it is not a wise thing to do to go jump all in and buy all the keys because it's 10% lower. If you do that and the books go down another 10%, how would you feel? Stupid? Mad at yourself? Blaming the world? How would you react if that happened, right? It is because of that. It is because you cannot predict the future. Neither can I. That you should pepper in your purchase in small chunks. Okay? If you have 10 books that you want to buy, 10 books that you want to invest in a long term, for sure, don't go out there and trying to buy all 10 books next week, next month, because it's down 10%. Buy one. Doesn't matter. You can decide which one is the one you really want right away and then wait and then see things go lower. If it go lower, guess what? Great. You can buy another book lower. And then the same thing happened to the third book another week or two later, right? That is how the market work. That's how you should approach investing in anything. Okay? Investing is not about going all in. Okay? This is not poker. You are not throwing your entire pile into the mid of the table, going all in on any given point. It's very rare. It's very rare in the investing market, whether it's housing, gold, stocks, or comic books, where experts would say going all in is the right thing to do. It's absolutely horrible recommendation if anyone do that. Hello, Greg Wagner. Good as Gold is here as well. Yes, Scott Forrest said that put money in 401k is the right thing to do. Okay, it's everybody need to save. I'm not saying putting money in the 401k is not a bad idea, but as in with many 401k options out there for everyone, every company give you choices. You have choices to buy a variety of different investment in your 401k. Everyone, every company that offer 401k give you choices. So what I have against blindly investing in 401k is people that put it on autopilot. Oh, I'm gonna put everything in three in equity mutual funds because long term, blah blah blah. Wrong, absolutely wrong. Okay, can you time the market? Not an easy thing to do, but investing blindly, automatically, like a monkey. Yes, I keep saying that word, monkey, because that's what is, the investment community has failed to educate people in all level. And so the easiest thing to do is just teach them the dumbest thing possible that they can learn, that a 5-year old can learn, so that they don't have to worry about it. That's the approach. Okay, that's why they nag people into, oh, do this, do that. And yes, we all know, someone else brought up in one of my previous chat that the majority of the mutual funds fail to beat the market. Correct, absolutely correct. 85, on average, 85% of the mutual funds fail to outperform the market. That means that you underperform the stock market when you buy mutual funds. Guess what? That's what you get to buy in your 401k. You buy underperformances. But by that same math, what does that mean? That means that 15% of the portfolio out there, the mutual funds out there, can beat the market. I'm no monkey. I don't need to prove to anyone. But that's why, when it comes down to the market, I don't want to tell people what to buy, but I don't need to prove to anyone what I buy either. I do my homework, I work hard at it. For me, it's not homework, it's fun, it's interesting. So it's not a chore to follow investments. For some people, it is. The investment is advice that professionals give to people as far as automatic investing is, for some people, it's a chore. They don't want to deal with picking stocks, they don't want to deal with picking mutual funds. If that's the case, set it on autopilot and be a monkey. Okay? Because not that you are a monkey, but it's easy that a monkey can do it. Okay? That's my opinion. It's not that I'm insulting people that, oh, you are stupid like a monkey. No, it's easy that a monkey can do it because the investment professionals out there just have no desire to teach people anything. And on the flip side, a lot of people don't want to learn anything. Okay? They don't want to learn anything. Hey, translate that into comic books. A lot of people, why are slabs so popular? A lot of people just don't care to learn how to grade, right? That's not the only reason, but no doubt a lot of people do not want to learn how to grade comic books. It's easier to buy slabs. That's just the way, that's human nature. Okay? It's no different than anything else in life. A lot of people just like, hey, I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn that. That's a hassle. It's nothing wrong with that, but to not um, recognize it as human nature is, I don't know, silly. So speaking of 401k,
It's definitely a good thing to put 5% or whatever percentage that you can afford into a 401k. Absolutely good. There's nothing wrong with putting it into an option of money market. Every 401k has an option where you can invest in money market funds. It doesn't have to be stock funds. It could be bond funds. So there's nothing wrong with put that money to work for you, even in money market right now. Hey, the number one rule of trading or investing is what? Not losing money. Cash is not trash. Get it right. Anyone that think that investing is about making money is arrogant to think that everything they invest in, whether it's comic books or the stock market, is gonna be good. Even the people that just buy mutual funds like a monkey should recognize that they have and will lose money here and there. It's arrogant to think that, oh, I don't lose money. No, you will. Even the people that buy mutual funds buy the index fund because that's the best thing to do because no mutual fund can beat the market. Guess what? How did your mutual funds perform the past 3 months? Down 20%? Yeah, unbelievable. Oh, you can't time the market. That's what the professional like to tell you. I beg to differ. For those that do the homework, you can do a better job of getting in and getting out and minimize the loss and maximize your gain. There are people that can do that. Good as gold said, I stick to comic books from $250 to $500. Auction on eBay have been very buyer friendly. Because why? Because the economy, the stock market is softening. I think that's the most polite term that you can use with what is going on with the financial market. Softening. Okay, it's the reality is painful. When the market is down 20%, it is nothing short of a carnage and painful. But I just look at the time. It's 9:08. We still got about 20 minutes or so. So things are going well. Um, so back to comic books, no doubt my best advice for people right now is, if you're gonna buy, if you want to buy something in the market, for sure, don't buy everything you want all at once, even if you can afford it. Okay, that's the message because the market rarely dip down. No market, whether it's stock market or gold or whatever, very few things go down 10% and snap back right away. There is no V-shaped snap back in a couple days or a couple weeks. When bad things happen, it can drag a long time. It can drag out for weeks, for months. Okay, there's no rush to get in. I'm not rushing to put my cash to work in a stock market. Let's be real here. I have roughly 40 to 50% in cash right now. Okay, to be exact, around 46%. And guess what? The market is down 20%. What do you think happened to my portfolio? Guess what? I'm down 10%. I'm down roughly half of what the market is doing. So it's no secrets on how I perform with the market. The question is, okay, now that I avoid half of the carnage of the stock market, when I get in the next few days or weeks or months, can translate into an outperformance of the market 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. Okay, that's what I'm better at. Not picking individual stock. It's picking the spots to get back in with my cash. And that's where, I always tell people it's hard to time the market, but if you can avoid the carnage on the way down and minimize your loss, reduce your loss, that's how you beat the market. Not by automatically feed money into your fund like a monkey. Okay? I'm sure I offended a lot of people. Hey, I'm just telling you how I do it. You can believe it or you can question it, or I don't care. It's my money, just like your money. You can do whatever you wish with it. Hello, Reaper. Hello, Doctor. Lanchilla is in the house. Cosmic Depot as well. Comic Link Daring. Mystery Comics number 7. 6.5 Detective Comic 38. Yes, Cosmic Depot. I have a hunch that we are going to see a lot of eye candies in on the big heritage auction in the first quarter of 2019, as well as Comic Link and Comic Connect. I said this before. Now the time is bad. We will find out who has the stomach or who has the ability to hold on to the books that they love so much. Okay? People are liquidating. It's nothing new. Okay? This is expected. I have talked about this so many times on so many videos on my channel. It's, it's not, it's just like anything else in the world. When bad things happen in the housing market, guess what happened? A lot of people are forced to sell their home. Not a pretty sight. When bad things happen to the economy, things are being forced to be liquidated to raise cash. Okay? This is where the rubbers meet the road, people. Okay? For everyone that think that this hobby is all happy, joy, and green and money and profit. Yeah, that good time was going on for a long time, for a decade, from 2008 to 2017, 9 years, with 9 years run of happy, joy. Oh, it's gonna be very interesting to watch how things unfold in this hobby, especially on YouTube. Because with social media, a lot of people have been out there showing off in every fashion. We'll see how things unfold for a lot of people in the next 3 months. Hopefully not so bad. Okay, if you will pay attention to me and my opinions over the past many months, if not years, is that A, for sure, don't buy on credits. If you buy comic books not on credit card, not on debt, surely the pressure to sell is much less than those that leverage up to be cool. Okay? I'm sure that just offended a bunch of people too. The sad reality is a lot of people lever up. When I said lever up, I'm meaning people using credit cards, using home equity loans, using whatever means of debt they can get their hands into so that they can buy big books. Okay? Not an advice I would give to anyone ever, ever. So now that the time is bad and the bad time is going to be very revealing in the next 3 months, okay? You are going to see many big books hitting the open market. And let me tell you, it's going to be pain, okay? Because the price is how soft the market is dependent on how many buyers there are going to be around to soak up the inventory, right? I'm sure everybody will agree to that statements. Well, how many people that been begging for the crash in this hobby so that they can buy in is going to be in a position to buy? We will see, right? We will see. Now, that being said, even if I had the cash laying around, and I have, does that mean that if Amazing Fantasy 15 dropped 10% next week or next month, does that mean that I'm gonna go out there and buy? No. You know why? Holding back, all it takes is a few people, even if they have cash, to hold back on bidding. It's gonna force that book to go even lower. Okay, that's just how the market works. Just like in the stock market, stock keep dropping because the supplies and demands. Demands can be pulled out under your feet real quick and force the price to drop even faster. Okay, the stock market is not crashing because people liquidate in orderly fashion. Any market that is crashing for a combination of things. When a market crash, it's because a lot of sellers are piling on, but at the same time, there is a boycott of buying. Okay, the combination of piling to the exit, people running for the exit door, combine that with available buyers that say you will suffer because I'm gonna walk back and let the price come down even more. The more patient I am, the lower the price will go. Okay, that's why things crashes. Okay, one of the things that I was asked many times, and often the answer kind of annoy the person that asked the question. Is like, what is the value of this book? Okay, I'm sure every one of us in this hobby have heard that question. What is the value of this book? And occasionally, my answer is what? It is worth what the buyer is willing to give you. And I have heard many times that's not the answer I want to hear. Guess what? When something is crashing, that's what you're gonna get. Get it? Oh, that's gonna offend another few people. You don't come here for soothsaying, okay? Just saying, okay? As my son and wife like to tease me, I'm the dream crusher, not a soothsayer. Hello, Ruben. Um, but that's the reality of a crashing market. When a market crash, it is often because buyers are dictating when they feel like buying. So the people are selling is just like knocking down the prices left and right until the point where buyer will say, okay, now I'm willing to pay this for this book. Okay, that is going to happen. That is going to be played out in the next few weeks and months in big auctions because we will see. We will see how the big players that have money in this hobby absorb the books. Hey, if they perceive 10% down on Amazing Fantasy 15 is a long term steal, they will step in. I don't know. I have no idea how low the market has been. Going back to this hobby, you know, history in 2008 show that many big books, give or take a few percentage here and there, didn't go down more than 10%. Okay, so even though the stock market crashed 37, 40%, guess what? The comic market dropped in general, like the Amazing Fantasy 15, the Tale of Suspense 39, dropped barely 10%. So there was a dip, but the comic market was much different in 2008 compared to what it is today. Very different. So we will see, if history will repeat. That's the only thing that I can do, that any of us can do, is sit back and watch how things unfold and learn from it. Okay, history has shown that in bad times, that's when the lessons are taught. Okay, when the market is up, there's nobody want to learn anything. You can throw a dart at any books and it go up. Okay, so it's like in a stock market, in a raging bull market, a monkey can pick a stock that will go up. They can throw a dart on a dartboard with 5,000 stocks name and likely hit a stock that will go up. That's in a bull market. But the lessons in a stock market are usually thought on a crash. And we have that. This is the fourth time in my lifetime. So we will see. I'm not fearful. I'm not running scared. Oh my God, my portfolio is down 10%. The sky is falling. The only question I have is, when is the right time to buy back? When is the right time to put my cash to work in the stock market? That's the only question I have. Because long term, 10 years, 20 years from now, the stock market will outperform many things. So it's still the best investment vehicle for most people. It's all about the timing, right? Uh, Good as gold with his wise advice: buy what you like and you can never go wrong. You know how I feel about that advice. It's not a bad advice. The only problem, and many people will agree with me, it is a lot of people don't know what they like. They bought a lot of stuff they don't know they like or not. That's the damn truth. Okay? That's the damn truth. It's not about, oh, buy what you like and you'll be okay. I think we all can agree that a lot of people on YouTube violate that saying because they're buying a lot of stuff they have no idea if they like or not. That's the damn truth. And that will also, that statement alone just offended a whole lot of people again. I should rename my Sunday chat to the offensive one because I'm sure not everybody will like anything that I say uh, in many of these chat video because it seems so down. um, X-Men and Amazing Spider-Man is good as gold. I don't know. You know, well, for sure, the X-Men books, especially the X-Men 1, the X-Men 101, the X-Men 94, the giant size X-Men 1 have skyrocketed over the past 6 months. Now is the time to watch and sit back and see how they hold up in a bad market. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. I have those books. It's not as if like I cash out on every X-Men book I have and say, "Oh, I got out at the top." Come on. Come on now. We'll see. We will see how they perform and it will be like I said already at least once or twice in this chat. What's going to happen in this hobby in the next 3 months is going to be a good lessons to all of us for those that want to learn something about investment and this hobby. Watch and learn. Okay? Watch and learn. Be mindful that A lot of people that are predicting a lot of things is going to be way wrong. Watch and learn. Okay. I'm not here to predicting doom and gloom. I'm not here to predicting that the big keys are going to drop 20%. I'm not going to here to, I'm not predicting anything. Okay. Pay attention to what I said. I'm not in the business of predicting doom and gloom. I'm not here to call the bottom. I'm not here to call the top. I'm here to tell you be mindful. Don't put all your money in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your asset is and always will be the one sound advice that even a monkey can follow. Okay? Diversify your investment. Don't put everything in one thing because sooner or later you are going to get a smackdown. Ruben agreed. He typed it in. Don't put all your egg in one basket. Can't say enough about that. I can't say enough about don't do that. I hear people ask me questions on investment on whether it's the stock market or this hobby all the time. And usually that's like the only vehicle that they put their money. Don't do that. Okay. I don't care how much you love the hobby. Don't do that. Okay. Putting all your money in the hobby is not going to pay for your well-being in your later years when you need money, when you can't work anymore, when you have medical needs. Okay. So this notion of people buying, hey, if you buying and buying and buying and you have no intention of selling, I hope you have a plan on how you plan to feed yourself or pay for medical bills when you're too old to work at the grocery store. Okay? Let's get real here. People that approach this hobby with the notion that, hey, I will never sell. I'm going to go down with the ship. I hope those people have money set aside so that they don't have to spend their years in the later years. Hey, selling is a hassle. Can you imagine having to deal with selling, listing, shipping, packing in your 70s because now you need the money? Let me tell you, from a person that had been doing a lot of selling in his 40s and early 50s, it's a hassle. It's a hassle for me in my 40s and 50s. I guarantee you, in your 70s, it's gonna suck real hard. Oh, that's sure to piss off a few more people. Yep. Uh, Iconic point. Hello. I'm near the end here. I'm looking at my clock. 85 selling squirrel at a Comic Con. I'm not sure what that means. Are you talking about Squirrel Girl? Oh, Dr. Von Schiller, welcome. Um, yep. It's one of the deterrent for me to stop buying. I'm still guilty of buying a lot of books, but these days, I trying to buy big books or books I really want to keep long term because I just don't have the energy or desire to pack and sell $5 book or $10 book. I don't care if a book is I can buy. I don't care if a book is worth $10 that I can buy for 50 cents. Hell no, I'm not doing that. 10 years ago, yeah. 8 years ago, yeah. 5 years ago, yeah. But at this point, I'm just like, I'm not. I don't have the energy to go out there and flip $5 book. Nah, hell no. Too much hassle for the time. But that's just me. There's nothing wrong. Hey, if you have the energy, if you have the drive, if you have the hustle, to go out there and dig up 50 cents book from the bargain bins and sell them for $5 on eBay or whatever, Instagram, Facebook, I don't care. If you have that kind of hustle and energy, good for you. Thumbs up for you. Okay. I'm not sitting here knocking that kind of hard work because it is hard work. It's fun. It might be fun work for some people as well as hard work, but it is hard work. If you have that kind of drive to do it, I don't. I'm just saying, I'm past that point of caring to flip $5 book for $4.50 profit. uh, anyhow, it's 9:31. The 1 hour is up. Time for me to go make some breakfast. My son is up. I can hear him out there. I'm sure he's waiting. Daddy, where's my bacon and eggs and toast? Where is it? So time for me to make breakfast for the family. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Um, oh, before I go, Dr. Von Schiller and Ripper Tate, if you're still there, all your package is here. Okay, I got package from Patrick, John, and Anthony. They're all here. So on Christmas Day, I will have a live chat to open those three presents or four. I think I have one or two more coming. So enjoy, enjoy your Christmas. Have a safe and happy Christmas. I will see you live Tuesday morning, early like this. Okay, I wake up early. I will open the present early, like 8:30 ish. Later.